All right, folks, pull up a chair and dim the lights. I'm about to tell you about one of the creepiest crime sprees in 1980s Britain. They called him the Fox, a guy so sneaky, so twisted, and yet, at first glance, shockingly ordinary. Picture this: 1984. England is baking hot. Windows normally wide open, doors unlocked. But suddenly, people start locking up tight. Why? Because someone's creeping into homes while families sleep or are out, and acting like he owns the place. This man was none other than Malcolm Fairley, a laborer from Sunderland who moved down south. Over months, he carried out a string of burglaries, but these weren't your usual smash and grab jobs. Oh no. He'd break in, then make himself at home. He'd build a den, blankets, furniture, maybe even help himself to a snack. He'd flick through photos, make tea, watch telly, basically live in, then wait, and wait for people to return. So when they did, boom, mask on, gun in hand. He used a shotgun. He threatened. He attacked. Families woke to a nightmare. Women, men, young, old. No one was safe. The terror spread fast. Villagers started sleeping with locks, batons under the bed, even code words to identify strangers. Entire communities lived in fear. Police were scrambling. Reports came from Bedfordshire, Buckinghamshire, Hertfordshire, a region so haunted by his crimes, it became known as the Triangle. Forces across counties shared info. This wasn't just neighborhood cops. This was a full-blown cross-force manhunt. They called it Operation Peanut. 200 officers, dog units, helicopters, a freaking Lynx chopper. And get this, a computer. In 1984. That's right, they were using primitive digital tech to cross-check crimes and look for patterns. Nuts, right? But even with all that, the Fox kept slipping away until detectives found something crazy. Paint flecks, yellow paint, on a tree branch near one of the crime scenes. And those flecks matched the color of a certain car, an Austin Allegro in Harvest Gold. They started checking every car like that. And wouldn't you know, they found one, pulled up at a house in North London. And who's there washing the car? None other than Fairley. They searched the vehicle, found tools, a screwdriver, gloves, other gear used in the break-ins. A police test. Which wrist do you wear your watch on? Fairley, wait, said the man was left-handed. He put the watch on the right wrist. Ding ding. Match. Suddenly, the guy who looked like any other working man looked a lot more suspicious. He got arrested, questioned, and he didn't deny it. He confessed to dozens, yes, dozens of crimes. In 1985, at St. Albans Crown Court, he was sentenced to 6 life terms. A judge called him a decadent advertisement for evil pornographers. Brutal but accurate. Fast forward. Fairley spends decades behind bars. And in 2024, at age 72, he dies in prison at HMP Hull. The Fox is no more. But the scar he left? That summer of fear, the locked doors, the mistrust, the sleepless nights, for many, that never really went away. So that's the story of Malcolm Fairley, a man who turned ordinary houses into dens of horror, and got caught because of a scrap of paint, some old-school detective work, and a crash of bad luck on his part. Stay safe out there, and follow crime fact or fiction.